Hey, Jamaica, y'all love me. I love y'all too. Hey, y'all. Hey, I know it's been a minute, but welcome back to the channel. And you know what to do. If you're new here, subscribe, show me you love me, comment in the comments below, and share my videos if you find them helpful or anything like that. Anyway, I know it's been a minute, but y'all, I have been on this adventure that I'm going to make a video all about. Okay, right now I am in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and it's taking me a while to make this video because I wanted it to be a good video, and preparing for this trip had me a little frazzled and stressed in a good way. So it has taken me a little bit of time to get this content together and get it all prepared for you. I have notes, I have lots of things, so don't mind me if I'm looking down. You know how that go. So this video today is part 2 of the sexless orgasm post, and this one is more focused on how to harness that energy to manifest. Now, before I get started into all of this sex magic things, I just want to let you all know that all of this is based on my personal experience and my personal research. I am not a professional, right? I just have lots of experience in it from my own perspective. So I just want to let you know that there's a whole realm of sex magic. However, I am simply focusing on the basics of harnessing the energy of your orgasm in order to manifest, basically. But there is so much more to sex magic, which is why I want to, study sex doulaship and, tantric massages and tantra and stuff like that. And I do plan to get in that because sex magic, the part that I've experienced and the part that I've experimented with, is quite magical. Okay, so I'm going to the beach in 15 minutes, so I'm going to do my best to do this video in like 5 minutes or less. Okay, so let's get into it. So basically, like I said, sex magic from this perspective is basically manifesting and placing your intentions into the universe through orgasm, basically. So whether it's through a conjured orgasm, a orgasm that you just think of all of these wonderful things in your mind and that it just brings you into orgasm, or whether you're using assistance through your hands, your fingers, a toy, whatever you're using to bring yourself into orgasm, will be perfectly fine for a good sex magic ritual. Now, what I want to tell you about as far as manifesting requires energy. Energy equals work, because a lot of people are under the impression that manifesting means I don't have to do anything. I can just wave my magic manifesting wand and boom, it's done. Not true. So, but the type of work that goes into this varies. For example, there's orgasms. Orgasms take work. Your body is doing work. Your mind is doing work. Setting intentions when you want to perform a sex magic ritual requires work. Manifesting requires will, and willpower requires work. All of these energies work towards attracting what you need through orgasms, and orgasms are powerful. Of course, they're connected deeply with Kundalini energy, which is feminine energy, and like I said, I'm not an expert, so you will have to look that up and learn about that and gather your own information and kind of make up in your mind about what that is. And it's Kundalini energy, it's feminine energy. I think, I don't really know exactly how to say it, but just it's you can learn more about it in from Indian culture, from that perspective. Shakti energy, I think it is called, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, because I'm not always pronouncing things correctly, but I do know in my mind what that word looks like. I know what I'm talking about. So you just make sure that you know what you're doing, okay? Always do your own research. That's what my mom always taught me when it comes to anything that anybody has to tell you. If it's something that you want to practice yourself or you want to know more about, do your own research. Okay. So work can be exciting, can be fun. A lot of people, in my experience, when they think of work, they think of stress, they think of jobs, they think of hardship. But stress can be fun. I mean, work can be fun. Work can be pleasurable. Work can be exciting. So if you need to do some work, right, to kind of change your mindset about how you feel about work or what you think work is, you may need to do that before you go into Sex Magick. Because these are some things that I just learned through trial and error. I definitely had to change my mindset around what I thought of as work, because I definitely want to say that a job may be work, but work does not necessarily equal a job. And that should be common sense, but not so much. So yeah, you'll have to kind of figure out what works for you, because remember, everybody is different, and I am just giving you my own personal perspectives. So after you change your mindset about what work is and you're understanding that this is going to require work, right? You want to be able to set your intentions. And I know that in life we have gone through this process of defining who we are. But when it comes to Sex Magick and things like that and manifesting, you now have the opportunity to design, design the things you want, design who you are, design the life, design the things that you are desiring to manifest. So what I want to say about that is that Sex Magick works best with heart intentions, when your heart intentions are aligned with what you are wanting to manifest. And basically, heart intentions are intentions that align with your passion, with your purpose, and they do not seek to harm or go against or control anyone else. They do not seek to take away anyone else's free will. Okay? And so Sex Magick always works best with that. And also keep in mind that it is possible to be doing the right thing with the wrong intentions. And I've learned that personally through trial and error, when I've been using Sex Magick to manifest something and I'm like, oh, that's not what I meant at all, but it was just that my intentions were not in the right place. In the universe, your heart intentions are there. They are there whether you are aware of them or not. So even if in your mind you are going against them, your body knows your heart intentions. So yeah, things could get misaligned, and things that you meant to manifest through Sex Magick may not come into fruition because your intentions are a little off. And like I said, this has been 4 years of trial and error for me. I wrote a blog post a while ago that I will link down in the description box that basically talked about maybe my experience. I'm not sure what it talked about, but I did just had a Sex Magick 101, and just basically when I was kind of learning more about it and having more experience with it, I kind of just wrote about it on my blog. So I'll put that post down in the description box. And when it comes to setting your intentions, you want to keep the wording very direct, and you want to keep the wording as simple as possible. So if you start out with something very long, when it comes to setting your intentions, try to do your best to get that down to as few words as possible. Make it as simple as possible, because the more simple it is, the easier it is or the simpler it is, the easier it is to carry out. You also want to pay attention to the words you use. Like I said in a previous video, I no longer use I can statements. I can statements are vague when it comes to the universe and manifesting these things. You definitely want to use I am statements, and you definitely want to use I have decided statements, and also intentions work better instead of always saying I. I think, well, I did do a video earlier that talked about asking you shall receive, and basically if you're asking for things more along the line of things we need as a collective when it comes to sex magic, but designed specifically for you, for your own desires, those things will be easier to manifest. Now, so what I do when I am doing my own sex magic rituals is that I prepare my space. It's usually an all day thing, and I prefer to do this thing somewhere leading up to the new moon, so that I can go and on the new moon, have my space prepared, have all of these tensions already like circulating in the atmosphere around me, and just being very intentional with my intentions. For my space, I always like to prepare around things that bring me pleasure. Maybe a favorite movie, maybe a favorite dinner. If you're a romantic person, the way that I am, okay, Taurus moon, ruled by Venus, that's me, okay. I love romance, so I will do a whole dressing of my home when it comes, or my space, when it comes to performing sex magic. And I have the candles, and I have the dry red roses. They can be artificial or real. I prefer to use the real thing, as that just resonates more deeply with me. I love to have things glittery. I love to have those little LED lights flashing. I like to wear my favorite lingerie. I like to make sure all of my toys are charged, just in case I want to go multiple rounds and go beyond the conjured, which I usually do. Okay, let me not even front. So I just make it a magical experience of me just indulging all of my pleasures in terms of the things I am looking at, the music or the sounds I am listening to, the scents I am smelling. So if you have a diffuser, or if you have your scented candles, I do prefer, when I do my sex magic rituals, I do prefer my scented candles. So just make your space sexy and romantic and all of those things that just get those juices flowing, okay. And make sure your intentions are aligned and all of those good things, all of those beautiful things. And like I said, I like to do this on the new moon, when I'm setting my sex magic intentions and doing all of those things. And it has worked out beautifully for me in terms of manifesting the things that I want in my life and the things that I desire in my life. I do not do these rituals often, because I believe that once you set an intention, you leave it to the universe to handle it, and you walk in that space as though you already have it. Okay, you step into that vortex and you receive that, and that is exactly how it has worked for me. Now, as I've learned more about myself and as I've grown, I know that my intentions change for myself, for my life, and the things that I desire. And I will do a new sex magic ritual when those things change. I recently did one in December, around the time of the portal, and I created some oils and I created some stones that I've sold. So shout out to the people who have ordered those because yes, get ready to receive in your life from those, because my intentions are in those, and the universal intentions, and my intentions are always heart intentions. Always, I don't operate out of any other space. That is why always great things happen to me. Miracles happen for me, and things that people have told me that were impossible have happened for me, because I always move from a space of love and a space of heart intentions. So yes, do this sex magic ritual. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you, what's going on. If you want to dive deeper into the world of sex magic, there is a book, I think it's called Modern Sex Magic by Donald Michael Craig. something like that. If you look up Donald Michael Craig, you'll see it. It goes more into the realm of modern sex magic and how you can use that to manifest. But once again, like I tell you all the time, do your own research, you know, practice with yourself. For me, like I said, 4 years of trial and error. And I'm telling you this so it won't have to be 4 years for you. You can get this done quick, because these are all things that I've learned on my own, because during this time I just didn't have time to like go through all of these thick tantra books that I now own. And so I usually just do this thing where I open them up and I trust the universe to bring me to the page that I'm supposed to be reading. So once again, let me know how this go for y'all. Tell me the stories. Tell me all the stories. You can email me. You know, I'm always opening to listening, and if I feel like something is just so resonating with me, if you don't mind, and let me know in your email if you want to be anonymous. I would love, love, love to share with the audience, with my audience, all of the stories that you guys have. It's been wonderful. I love you guys. See you soon. Oh, and like, subscribe, okay?